That is done, that is done. Okay. So now we're getting to the control panels. As you already have control panels as a timer, a core controller, and two controllers for the internal and external heat pads. The core controller is set to with the side core plug, which you can use an outside thermocouple where you could put in the middle of your job. It's the center point where it's thicker. So that's going to control the cure, as when the center of your job is going to reach that temperature, it's going to shut down the cure no matter how many times it left on the timer. The two other controllers are preset to 275. If you have another curing temperature for your rubber, you can change the temperature no matter how you want to go from 0 to 275. So once that is done, you have to hook up your air hose. If you have your cylinder, it's going to be the first stop one. And for the purpose of this exercise, we're going to use the two last ones, which are going to be the internal and external air bag. Make sure that you don't have your air supply plugged in now, or we want to have closed position and no air in the system for the setup. I just wanted to plug everything in. So as obvious it is, but you want to have the external air bag hose to the external air bag. Technically it's easy, but you just want to make sure that everybody's on the same position. So you can plug your heat pads, but I would rather inflate the airbags, as the pipe can move when the airbags are inflating. So you can hold the internal plug, so you're making sure that the power cord is not squeezing between two pipes. So I'm going to plug in the air. Technically, your two air regulator are set up at 35. I would prefer to use 5 pounds more on the internal airbag, as it would push to have the right form of the tire. Equal is the minimum, but a little bit more pressure on the inside. 5 psi is perfect. So let's start to inflate by the inside always. So you'll see all the pipes and the straps getting in place. So let's inflate the inside. So as you can see, the pipe are starting to move. Make sure that your power cord of your internal airbag heat pad is not in the way. You can hear the pipes placing themselves. So you can look on the side to under there to see that you won't have any more space under the tire. The inside airbag has taken almost all the space under the tire. So we'll inflate the outside to make sure that the airflow goes in. So you can hear the air hissing in the airbag. So once you know that both airbags are inflating, where you can open both valves, so it's going to reach the temperature until the air regulator is set up to the air regulator setup. So in the case that the air is not at the right, you can play with your air regulator. Make sure to reach your, I'll start with the internal, so let's reach out to 30 psi, same for the outside. So the air is now almost to the point. You can now connect your two heat pads. Same setup. Use your internal and external on the proper heat pad. Once you connect your heat pad, you'll see the internal showing that the temperature of the heat pad. Even now it's not heating. It's at a certain temperature. It's going to be the air temperature. So we're going to connect the outside. You'll see the same thing for now. So as we're not using the core temperature, you can put it to off position. So there's no flashing. Nobody's going to be mixed up with the system. And now you can press the on button, the green button, which is going to start the cure, and you're going to see the orange light to making sure that this cure is done. On your large panel, you'll see also how much amperage each heat pad is going to draw. So that's telling you that the heat pad is heating, and there's no shortcut, or there's nothing wrong about them. If there's nothing here, there might be a problem with your heat pad. Once the cure is done, what you want to do is making sure to leave the heat pad to go not too high in temperature. So you want to leave them until they reach 150 Fahrenheit. So when you're removing them, there's no hot pocket in the patch or anything. So basically, you leave that to, if you see the heat pad is already getting to 85, 86. It's going to reach out its temperature. The smaller the heat pad is, the quicker it's going to reach the temperature. So you want to stop the cure. We're going to push the off button, your orange light, your two heat pad indicator, everything's going to be off, and then you can release the pressure of both airbags. So to remove the pressure, we're going to start by closing both of the valve to 90 degrees, which is going to be the closed position. You don't have to remove the air supply, but it's always a safe point, so I'm removing the air. So you can unhook both at the same time, or you can just open the valve here. They're going to deflate it both. That's the safer way to, it's going to remove the air slowly. So because those two airbags are quite large, they're going to take some time. The smaller the airbag, the smaller the quantity of air you're going to have. We're going to hear the same sound. The pipes are going to place themselves. So just for the safe point of it, never remove any straps of the system until you don't have any more hissing. It can be quite dangerous to have the system, one of the straps removed, because it's going to put more pressure on the other ones. So we don't have 6 straps for nothing on those airbags. It's been calculated to have that amount of pressure to be safe. So now there's no more air hissing. You can unplug both of your airbags. You might hear residual air, but there is no pressure. It's in both of the. Same thing for your plug. You will hear that. That's a safe point of saying that we're unhooking the heat pad. So now you can remove your straps. So I left one on purpose. So I left one like this on purpose, so you'll see that when I'm unhooking, I can control the descent of the airbag, so you're sure that you're not hitting the valve here on the ground. which can damage the valve or the thread of the valve, depending on which one you have. So when removing your airbags and heat pad, make sure that to store them into, probably you have your pipe kit with the plastic box, or having them into shelves, so you're making sure that you're not walking on it, you don't have any forklift rolling on it, anything that could damage the heating element and the airbags. So always store them into a safe place where nobody's gonna damage the material.